Karpen joins me now in Studio 57. He's a senior pastor at St. Paul and St. Andrew United Methodist Church here in New York City. Thank you for being here, especially so early.
My pleasure.
What do you make of the remarks made by the bishop in the first place and Trump's response?
I was glad to hear the bishop speak up about something that many Christians and many people of other faiths are thinking about and worried about this at this point. We're in work. We're doing work with our immigrant communities and families. We have gotten to know people personally who have come to seek safety and refuge in this country. And I was glad to hear her speak up and ask for mercy. It was a very gentle approach, I thought, but a very important one.
We should note that your church, as you mentioned, does outreach for immigrant communities. It's a bedrock of what you do. What then is your point of view on Trump's policies, which now extend to places of worship? They extend to schools, which used to be protected when there's a suspicion that someone is here illegally. What's your view on this, considering what the Bible teaches?
Yeah, I think it's unfortunate. I think it shows a little bit of a lack of understanding, not only of Scripture, as you mentioned, but of our Constitution, the separation of church and state.
What does Scripture say?
Scripture says, "Welcome the stranger." For you were a stranger once in a foreign land, and Scripture talks about Jesus being a refugee, an asylum seeker, if you will, in Egypt. Shortly after his birth, his family had to grab him and take him to a foreign place for safety, to get away from an oppressive regime that wanted to kill him.
And you're here in New York City, but not every faith leader is as fortunate when it comes to advocating for immigrant communities, but also not breaking the law.
Yeah.
How do you navigate that? Is that something you're even concerned about?
Yeah, I think we're just doing what we've always done, and we're going to continue doing what we've always done. We take our cue from the gospel. We take our cue from Jesus, who was our spiritual leader, and the mandate to extend ourselves to people who are afraid and people who are in need. And so we'll continue to do that. We're not trying to defy the law. We're just trying to follow our religious principles.
And your advice to people who similarly want to follow the law but feel a religious calling to help those in need?
Yeah. We know that there are things that, for instance, ICE is able to do and things that they're not supposed to do. And so we're going to continue to ask if somebody comes for a judicial warrant. This is just basic legalism. But more than that, we're just going to continue to serve the people who come to us and are in tremendous needs for them and their family, for a place of safety, who come here for a different life, a safer life, like my ancestors did.
It's an important reminder, Reverend Dr. Karpen. Thank you so much for being here.
Thank you very much.